so that everybody can watch this back if they miss it. So what I wanted to go over tonight is our second quarter push as a team. So just to kind of recap, the first 3 months of this year, we really worked on Success Club, challenge groups, trying to get our new coach system in place so that our new coaches starting had a better lift off. We really focused on getting the full solution to people, how to sell it, how to talk about it, really strengthen our own journeys. We did a lot of personal work, actually, I think, when it really comes down to it. And that's what our main focus was for this first quarter. And it really paid off. We had a huge amount of success in Success Club. We had a lot of team volume expansion. We had a lot of different, hold on. Oh yeah, you guys, hold on one second. You might have to turn your audio on when you enter. So just so you guys know, I told some people this already, but Zoom is going through kind of a rough patch right now. Apple and SpaceX and NASA all stopped using Zoom because they were getting hacked and people were like hacking into people's cameras and taking control of their computers. So they've put passwords on all of the Zoom calls and some of these other protocols. So you might have to turn on your audio. Can you guys all hear me? Okay, perfect. Okay, so anyway, the first quarter was really good. We made a lot of progress, and I'm going to share a lot of those stats on Thursday with our banner because I think they're fun to go over. But tonight, I really wanted to set the tone for our second quarter and what our focus is going to be and get you guys excited about that and just kind of lay out the plan. I feel like we do a lot better when I show you guys visuals and I give you calendars and I'm like, this is what we're going to do. This is kind of the flow for the next 3 months. So I'm just going to pull up my screen so that you guys can see it. And I just made us this little flyer. I'm going to post it in OneDrive, but I wanted to go over it with you just really quick so that you can kind of understand it and share with you sort of this next quarter's theme. So as you guys know, our mission really this year in 2020 is to change lives forever, right? And really focus in on our own transformations, how our story cultivated, how we can share that, why it's important to us, why we're here, why we want to help other people find that full solution and exercise every day and eat better and take care of themselves. At the end of the day, that's always what I'm looking for in my challengers and my coaches is that sentence of this changed my life forever and ever. And I know that when someone says that to me, they've experienced what I want them to experience. And that's why I do this. Having said that, I feel like our team is at a really critical point right now. And I feel like we are at a point where we just need to grow. And I think the next level of growth and the next phase of growth for us is really being 100% confident in that coach enrollment process and really being confident in the coach invite. Because I know the challenger invite is one thing. I know that, getting our challenge groups and hitting Success Club and doing all of these things is one aspect of our business. But I'm telling you guys, like, it's really when you start signing up coaches who are helping other people and you're helping people and your coaches are helping people and their coaches start helping people, that's really when your life changes forever with this. Like, that's when you can look at this Beachbody, the opportunity, not just as a customer who's doing the workouts and doing the nutrition, but also someone who is finding that solution for other people, right? That's really when your life changes forever. That's when the finances come in. That's when, you've got a whole team underneath you. That's when you've got a purpose and an intention and a passion, and you're really doing something that you love every single day. So what I really wanted to ask you guys very first is, if this is something that you believe in, do you want this opportunity to change your life forever? And that can mean different things to every single person. And that's why I wanted to keep the question really simple. Do you believe, first of all, that coaching can change lives forever? And two, do you want that for yourself? Right? So I want you to think about that as we kind of go through this call. Sorry, I'm trying to make sure that I'm getting everybody in here. So I wanted to put these pretty pictures because it's just so nice to look at right now while everything's so crazy and no one can go outside. I'm like, oh, right, the mountain hiking. Oh, right, the beach. Anyway, okay, so here's our campaign for Q2. We're going to build the tribe. Okay, this is going to be our focus, coach enrollment, teaching you guys confidence in that process, bringing people into this lifestyle, into our business, into this family that we have, and really focusing on that. That's our goal. So we have just spent 3 months building our challenge groups up, building our challengers up, focusing on getting customer results, focusing on getting our personal results. And now I feel like we're in a really prime position where that pipeline is kind of in place, and you start to be able to have those conversations about coaching more. And what I'm finding is there's a lack of confidence here. This is something that I think we really need to spend the time and energy and effort to learn so that we can not only feel confident in ourselves to expand our reach and cultivate that confident coach enrollment, but also to bring more people into our tribe. And I really want to kind of redefine what bringing on coaches means to us, because I think a lot of the time, and it's kind of sad, I think a lot of the time when people think about inviting to the coaching opportunity, the very first thing they think about is, how am I going to help them be successful with the business? Right? And you think, how am I going to onboard them? How am I going to teach them about Success Club? How am I going to teach them about Rank? And I just feel like that's the wrong approach. I think that all of those things come. I think all of those things, we have a system and a structure in place. But what I really want to focus on over the next 3 months and get really, really good at is taking care of the people that come into this family and into this tribe, and making sure that they're okay first. Is their routine solid? Are they practicing the vital behaviors? Do you understand the value of challenge packs and challenge groups? Do you understand your impact that you have? Do you understand that you don't have to be 100% fit all the time in order to be successful in this business? That you don't have to look a certain way or say certain things, that you can just be yourself, that you can live this lifestyle, that you can share it out loud, and that is the coaching opportunity. Like, that's it. The community, the support system, the coaching, the camaraderie, the connections that we make, the engagement, our summits. That's why it's so sad that some's canceled, but our summits, and just being able to do, you know, these little virtual connections and have this really positive, driven community around you that 100% supports your goals, gets you, doesn't care how big or how ridiculous your dream or your goal is, they're gonna back you 100% on it. And you also have this tremendous backing of the coach opportunity compensation plan to kind of back that up. And really, if you dive into that, that's the way. That's how you change your life forever with the coaching opportunity. So for me, what I really want to help us redefine over the next 3 months is that I want you, by the time we hit the end of June, to know exactly why you are inviting to the coaching opportunity, what that means to you, and what you want people to experience when they come onto your team. For me, I want my coaches to find a freedom in their finances, whatever that is, whether that's their bills being paid, their debt being paid off, going on dates, traveling a little bit more, putting their kids in lessons, whatever that is. Financial freedom is so many different things. And it's been so many different things for me at so many different times in my career, that being able to give someone that gift of, you can do whatever you want with this and earn whatever you want as long as you're willing to work for it, is like the greatest gift you can give anyone. I cannot tell you how many people stay stuck in a position where no matter how educated they get, how good they get at something, they're undervalued and underpaid. And that sucks, right? Like, this is the one thing that you can look at and say, I'm passionate about this. I get to help people every day. I get to work on myself, and I can make however much money I want, and I can help other people do that same thing so that they can live a healthier, more fulfilled life. That's awesome, right? I think for me, when we look at the coaching opportunity and when I start the training regimen this next quarter, it's really going to be focused on that. Like, what does the coaching opportunity mean to you? What are you inviting to when you invite someone to coach? Are you inviting them to become part of your tribe? Are you inviting them to become part of this lifestyle? Are you inviting them to be actively engaged and passionate about the business? What is it, right? And I think sometimes when you have goals of your own, it's so important to really deepen your sense of confidence in the coaching opportunity. And you kind of fake it till you make it, because you haven't experienced all of the things yet, right? And you're like, I don't know what it's going to look like when I go emerald. I don't know what it's going to look like when I go diamond. I don't know what it's going to be like to have a coach underneath me who's more passionate than I am, who's better at this than I am, right? Because there will come that day when you have a coach that's like flying, and all of a sudden you got to be like, oh shit, I got to step it up, right? But that's when you're like, this is awesome, because that's when you learn how to level up, not only personally, but you realize like there's never a point where you're going to reach your potential ever. That's why it's your potential, right? Once you hit a level you never thought you would reach, guess what? All of a sudden you see a whole bunch of other levels you didn't even know existed. And you're kind of back down at the bottom, and you just keep climbing and keep climbing and keep climbing. And that's what the coolest part about the coaching opportunity is, and why I get so passionate about adding people to this part of our business. It's because I feel like once someone becomes a coach for me, I get to spend the time with them that I want to. They get to become part of my life, not just part of my business. And to me, that's exciting. So I really want to define that over the next little bit. And I really want to help you guys understand your impact. That was something that I had a lot of insecurity about when I first started coaching. I didn't realize how much my personal engagement meant. I felt like if I wasn't hitting Success Club, there were so many other coaches that it didn't matter. Or if I wasn't inviting, who cares? Like, there's 5 million other coaches, right? And it wasn't until somebody said, listen, if you help one person, that one person is going to change the way they're living, which means their spouse, their kids, their friends, their influences, their coworkers, their neighbors, their colleagues. These people in their inner circle are all going to experience that transition with them. And it's going to touch their lives in some kind of way, right? And then that ripple effect sort of starts to happen. When you help one person, you help every person in that person's life. And then all of those people have that potential to just continue branching out. And for me, that was one of the coolest visuals that I had when I very first started coaching, that every single customer counts, every single coach counts, every single invite, every single effort that you make counts. Because even if you don't know how many people you're influencing every day, if you don't know who's not liking your stuff, who goes to your page every single day for motivation, and it isn't until the day you don't show up that they realize, oh my gosh, they didn't show up today, and they say something, where are you today? I miss you. And all of a sudden you realize you have people watching you that you didn't even know about, right? There's so many different levels of influence and impact that you have. And I think when you're able to kind of experience that firsthand, and not only help one of your challengers, but then help your challenger turn into a coach who duplicates that process and helps their own challenger, it's awesome. That ripple effect is tremendous. And that is so motivating and so powerful, and just can fuel you over and over and over to keep going. So what I wanted to do is just kind of lay out what we're going to do to kind of help support this campaign to build our tribe. We're also going to focus on this in the leadership a little bit in a different way, but this is kind of what we're going to do for the tribe. So as far as trainings go on our Coach Connection nights, Tuesday nights, I want to start gearing them towards coach enrollment and really gaining confidence in that process. Obviously, the Coach Connection call has new coaches on it, and they're in the phase of really solidifying their own vital behaviors and getting challengers, right? So this is a really good opportunity for you coaches that have been through the Coach Start, who are now kind of on your own 2 feet, who are trying to get to that next level, who are through your Coach Start milestones, and you're wanting to level up and really hit a goal that you set personally for yourself. This is it. Like, this is where you can step up and be that leader for the new coaches, for the tribe, and really just make a statement there. So some of these trainings, I know we've done a lot of avatar trainings in the past, but this is something that I think we've not done enough work in, which is really finding your specific demographic. And what I mean by that isn't just, this is the perfect coach, this is the perfect challenger for me. It's, how do I talk to this person? How do I invite this person? How do I find this person? What do they care about? Like, what content's valuable for them? What information do they want to see? How can I talk to this person and reach this person and draw them in, right? To me, that's really what that is. So I wanted to do a lot more training around that. I want to do more training around our tribe life and our culture and why we want everyone on it. Really tapping into what you love about coaching and learning how to invite with your personal story. That was, I think, really difficult for me in the beginning as well, because I didn't feel like I had this really massive struggle to triumph kind of story, you know? And I think what the coolest part about that is, and what I'm hoping is, we can do more of an open discussion call night, maybe once a month, where coaches tell their stories, how they got started, why they're still here, what their issues were that they were facing, and what solutions they found. Because I think when other people hear your story, they're able to pick out the PowerPoints better than you are. Because a lot of the times, the points that we think are insignificant or weak spots or not that big of a deal are tremendous for other people and exactly what they need, right? And I think that really learning how to tap into that and share your story to find that demographic and talk to them in a way that means something to you, so you can feel like you are living your authentic self and telling your story and living your vital behaviors every day, and you're just doing you, and you're still attracting and growing and building this tribe around you. That's like the most ideal situation that we could create. So we're going to focus on that as much as we can. But I also want to create more confidence in campaigning for something bigger than yourself, right? Not just, I want to do this, I want to do this, I want to do this, but I want to do this together. I want to build this together. I want us to grow, right? And really painting that bigger vision, not only for you, but for your team coming in, and really giving that cause and intention to the work that you're doing every day. I really want to go over not giving AF about what Cheryl thinks, because there's a lot of people who care about what Cheryl thinks, and it just doesn't matter. So we're going to talk about that. The benefits of becoming part of our specific tribe, painting the vision, just a couple of these more specific areas on building and developing your confidence with the coaching opportunity that aren't just rank and volume driven. Because at the end of the day, like, once you learn rank, once you learn volume, that doesn't change. Like, that's the same all the time. Inviting, coaching people, showing up every single day is 99% mental. 99%. So that's really where the focus needs to be, to make sure that we are in a good enough space, that we're feeling confident, that we're feeling strong, that not only we can help other people, but we want to, and we're aggressive about it, right? And we're not afraid. Like, when you feel like you have a goal and you aren't afraid to do whatever it takes to get it, that is one of the coolest experiences to have with yourself. To just sit there every single day alone and make something out of nothing. It's awesome. So those are some of the training topics. Here's the other new stuff that we're going to do. So since we're going to focus a lot on coach enrollment, we did a ton of work in the leadership last quarter with the Coach Start group and getting on a new onboarding system going. So this month and this quarter, we're going to focus on how we as a team can expand our tribe together, and how you guys can really do it in a way where you can confidently invite to the coaching opportunity whenever you want, and you have your own process for it as well. So the team is what I'm going to focus on. So here's a couple new things. We're going to do a coach opportunity week every single month, the last week of the month. And I'm going to explain that a little bit. And every coach can participate in that. There's a coach start that's going to start every first Wednesday of every month. I'm going to do a team GSR call, which is a getting started right call for brand new coaches every Tuesday. I started an Instagram for our team called @BehindTheTribe. So if you guys can all go and follow it. We are going to use this during our coach opportunity week. But this is going to have multiple purposes. So I'm going to go over that in more detail in a second. But I want to do a new coach welcome party every Tuesday. One thing that was a huge, humongous part of how our team exploded when I first started coaching, because I don't know if you guys know this, but I've started small and then I grow a team really big, and then it branches off into tiny, small teams, and then I start over. And then I grow it really big, and then it branches off, and then I start over. So right now, we're sort of in like just about that takeoff mode where we're just about to kind of explode again, right? And it's a really, really cool time to be on a team like that. But one of the biggest things that we did the first few times that I built my team was new coach welcomes. And that's really died down a little bit in the tribe. But it is such a big deal to welcome new people in, to make them feel comfortable, to make them feel supported, to help find them friends immediately, to support their journey and why they're there. And we need to step up in this arena. And when a new coach is announced in the tribe, every single coach needs to go in there and support that person. Because just remember how you felt when you first started. Right? And like total strangers just being like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited for you. This is so amazing. And you're like, this is awesome. Right? It's a huge part of a new coach's transition, and really creating that connection with them immediately with the tribe is so key. And one of the ways that it worked really well in the past was to designate a day for when the new coach welcomes came in, instead of everybody just welcoming them every single day, just whenever. And people kind of missing some people's welcomes and other people not paying attention, or some people being busy. We made an intentional party out of it. And it was like, okay, it's Tuesday. Who are the new coaches that we have on our tribe today? We add them in, we list them, we make it a big deal. We put a little banner on the page, pin it at the top that day, and it just becomes more intentional. Does that make sense? So that's what we're going to kind of bring back for Tuesdays. We're going to do a top sponsor recognition and awards every single month. So whatever coaches bring on the most coaches, we're going to start recognizing them and handing out an award for the top sponsor each month. And then this is another very exciting one. I am going to tap into our leadership and ask them to do little mini series in the tribe live every Thursday at noon. So not only will you guys not only have to hear from me all the time, but you'll be able to learn different tools, different skill sets, different mindsets every single Thursday at noon for 20 minutes. They're just really, it's like a mini leadership series, just to kind of expand our learning and our training, but also give our leadership an opportunity to show more face, give you guys something to go towards becoming one of those leadership mentors for this series on Thursdays, and really just be able to bleed more value into the team. I'm excited for it. I need it. So that's something I'm really looking forward to. So I'm just going to go over the coach opportunity week, because I think this is the biggest change that I think is going to help us a lot. And just getting on board with this flow, it might take us a minute, but we're going to try it this month and see how it goes. What I really wanted to do was to be able to invite on multiple platforms to our team and to the coaching opportunity to really build our tribe. That means YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and through, you know, our Zoom calls and our one-on-one connection. So a lot of the times when you think about the coaching opportunity, the most effective way is one-on-one, to invite somebody in person or one-on-one, right? But I thought if we dedicated the 4th week of every single month to coach enrollment, to intentionally inviting coaches and trying to grow our tribe together that week every single month, and then also bringing them different ways to kind of view the coaching opportunity, it would just be a lot easier on us, a lot more fun for us, but also give us a lot of different options based on the kind of people that we are inviting. So you guys know, like, some people are kind of on the fence. Some people approach us. Some people have never thought about it in their life until you brought it up. Like, there's all different kinds of coach prospects. And most of the time we've done little live events on Facebook, or we've done coach opportunity webinars. But I think this behind the tribe thing is kind of an interesting idea, and I'm actually really excited about it. It's basically just a team landing page on Instagram. So everybody on our team that wants to use it just needs to request to be added, and I'll add them. And I'm going to keep the page private until the last week of the month. And I might even keep it private then, but you can give it to people, prospects that you try and invite that week. And basically what it's going to be is highlights of our coaches and our team. So that 4th week of every month on Sunday, what I'm going to have you guys start doing is tagging at Behind the Tribe in all of your workout videos on Instagram, so that I can just go into that page and share those stories. So it's basically just like a long highlight reel of like actual coaches from our team working out, sharing stuff online, so they can see what that looks like, right? And then I'm going to share our mission and our culture kind of in just the little bio. And then I'm just going to set it up. So there's 9 slides. So basically one full tile of Instagram. So like one Instagram feed block. I can't think of the word. I don't know what it's called. The block, the 9 tiles. There's 9, and that creates a block, and that's one for Instagram. Anyway, and it's going to have coach information. Here's how to enroll. Here's what it costs. Here's how we onboard coaches, just all of the coaching information, right? Just in different sections with pictures and information. So it's laid out really simple, really pretty, really clear, and a get with your personally sponsored coach and sign up, join our team, whatever. So it's basically just going to be a landing page, but the highlight reel is going to have, I'm going to try and do little bios on our team leadership, up and coming coaches, brand new coaches who just started last month. So when they go into that page, they can kind of just see what our team looks like and what our team's doing. So you can send people there and be like, this is what our tribe is. Like, if you look at the story, you'll see all the different coaches on our team supporting each other, coming together, right? Because there's no customers on that page. There's no challengers on the page. It's just our coach family. So they can go in and just get all the information they want to. And it's almost kind of like a self-study coaching opportunity, if that makes sense. But I'm going to put success stories on there, just what our vital behaviors are, transformations from our team. There will be an open enrollment, and that page will go live, basically, if you think about it that way, once a month. So I'll remind you, everybody tag the tribe today, everybody tag the tribe today, so I can just automatically upload your stuff to the stories. But it'll just help spread team culture. And the other thing about that, you guys, is I thought if I could use that landing page to start documenting like transformations from different programs, you guys can all go in there and use whatever content is in there whenever you want. So you can use transformation photos from our coaches. You can use any of the Instagram stories, any of the stuff we put in the highlights, any of the information on that page, you can basically just take and use, which I thought would be really nice. So usable content. On YouTube, this is what I had for an idea for this. So this is something you guys are going to have to try and work on for a video. So what I'm going to do is create a Coach for a Day tracker. And for my prospects who are kind of on the fence, or like, I don't know if I have time to do this, right? Or whatever, those kind of coaches, I'm going to be like, why don't you just try to be a coach for a day? and I'm going to send them to this little YouTube video, and I'm going to have like a little 5-minute video. And this 5-minute video is what I want you guys to create for your prospects, because the tracker I'll give to everybody and you can all use the same one. But it's basically just going to be like, hi, I'm so glad you wanted to try coaching for a day. This is what our team does. This is what our team looks like. This is what we do each and every day. And it's going to have like the vital behaviors and just some of the really basic coaching stuff. So they can literally take an hour out of their day and do those things. Like I'll probably teach them how to invite and how to network or find a follower on Instagram, just really basic things that anyone can do so that they can sit down, apply it, and be like, I can do this. Like, this is fun, you know? And you can send that anytime throughout the whole month if you want to. But we would specifically do it on that 4th week as a team and just send everybody to that. So I can either create the YouTube video for everyone. I personally think it's better if they see your face if you're the sponsor. So I was going to create mine and show you what I did, but 5-minute video. And then I'm just going to put a little PDF tracker that I can give to them with it and have them submit it to me at the end of the day and be like, what did you think? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Is it crazy? Did you die? You know what I mean? And then you can have a real discussion with them. The live coaching opportunity webinar, I'm probably still going to try and do. And then I really want to do a 1-day Facebook event with our team. So that'll be run by our leadership. So the way that kind of looks on the calendar is the very first week of every single month, since I'm going to do the Coach Start group the first Wednesday of every month. Let's see. Let me just figure this out. So this is April. So this is why I did this. So this is April. So this week is basically over. This is tomorrow, the Coach Start. And I actually started the Coach Start group last week. So it's kind of off schedule, but it doesn't matter. So on Tuesday, which is today, I would do the team GSR call. And what I'm going to do is just do it an hour earlier than this call. So every single month, the second Tuesday of the month, I'm going to do an open GSR call for the whole team. So any new coach, any coach that hasn't done it yet can hop on that at 6 p.m. before the coach connection call. And then the 4th week of every single month, we're going to call it Coach App Week. I basically just laid out the little structure of it. So on Monday, I thought we would just start with Instagram, and you guys can go on your Instagram stories, and I'll lead this and guide this and make sure that, so you don't have to memorize this, but on that Monday, we'll just go on our Instagram stories and focus on inviting on Instagram. You can invite people to the Coach Opportunity webinar later that week or the live event if you want, or you can figure out if they'd be better for the Coach for a Day or to go to Behind the Tribe. So I kind of put it in this flow on purpose because I figured if we went on Monday and we started talking about the coaching opportunity and we were like, if you've ever thought about coaching, like go to our team landing page, Behind the Tribe, and take a look and let me know what you think, right? And they can go to that page and I can either open it up or I can keep it private and have to admit everybody into it so you can know if your coach got in there, and I can just list all the people that requested to be added to it. And they can go through that Behind the Tribe and you can have conversations. Then on Tuesday, you can either take those same people who went through that Behind the Tribe already and be like, why don't you just try it for a day and send them to your coach, try it for a day, right? Video. Or you can promote that on your Instagram. You can promote that in your challenge groups, right? You can promote that on your Facebook. You can publicly post it and just be like, hey, have you ever thought about coaching? If you have, I created this little video and this little tracker to try coaching for a day. And you can just post it. And then on Wednesday, I thought we would do the live webinar, and Thursday we would do the team event, which I'm going to define a little bit more. But that way we can spend Friday and Saturday doing follow-ups and trying to get people signed up. By Sunday, we should have all that done. Everybody signed up that's going to sign up. You'll schedule your first just connection welcome call with your coach on that Monday. We'll welcome them into the tribe on Tuesday because it's Tuesday, and then they'll coach start on Wednesday. And we'll just do that every single month. So I know this sounds crazy and it probably looks crazy, but I'm going to guide you through it all, so don't freak out. But I just think really making an intentional week of trying to expand our tribe and build our team together, I think is just so powerful, because you can go into the tribe and say, hey, I have this chick who's messaged me on Instagram. She commented on my last thing. Will you guys go comment on what she said and support her? Or I have this girl in my challenge group who would be amazing at this, who will go in my challenge group and be like, you should be a coach, so that I can start a conversation with her, or whatever it is that you need to just help build that confidence within your prospects, and just intentionally inviting and making it a goal to get better at that. We don't really have a lot to lose, you know? And I think this is just the next level in our progression as a team. So that's kind of what I wanted to go over for this quarter. And our focus is mostly going to be on coach enrollment. Our trainings are going to be focused more on that and just building your confidence in that arena. Do any of you guys have any questions about this? Hold on. There's a lot of stuff in the chat. Hold on. Hopefully I got everyone in here. Kelsey and I have been doing a day in the life of a coach once a week each month. Where is Sarah on this? Oh, there you are. You raised your hand. That's funny. What does that look like for you? What do you guys do with that?
So we have like posts. We just do it in the challenge app, and then we have like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday posts, and like Monday I think they post their workout like on Instagram, and then Tuesday we focus on personal development, and then cool. we go through all the vitals each day, and then Friday we like have them put it all together, and then kind of like if this is something you'd like to do, you know, let us know, or you know. And so it's been good to kind of like, so it wasn't overwhelming. Obviously we haven't had like a huge success with it, but each time we've had a couple girls in it, which is nice, and it's really like duplicatable. Like we just copy and paste them from like last month in there basically. And so like I had a girl that joined like halfway through the one we did, and so I just reran it the next week for her so that she would get the full picture. So
it's just like a day. So it's not like, so it's before they become a coach to see if they want to become a coach. Okay. Yeah, see, that's awesome. This is why it's so good to have these conversations, because you just never know what people are doing. For me, like I personally think that when you are having a conversation with someone who's thinking about coaching, it's almost like somebody who's ready to finally admit that they need to start working out. It's like, you got to catch them like right when they feel really strong about it, because they're so unsure and so wavering most of the time that like, I mean, I think back even when I started, my coach asked me to become a coach like 15 times. And everybody in our group had already signed up as a coach. And I'm not even lying, you guys, every single person was like, Jace, why aren't you doing this? Jace, why aren't you doing this? And I was like, I don't know. And I didn't sign up under peer pressure. I signed up when I finally reached the point of like, why am I not doing this? And for me, it took that encouragement and it took that prodding and pushing, but it was almost like when I was ready and I just did it. And I think there's some people that like, that's why I kind of like the format of just go try it for a day. Like sit down and do a power hour and try to be a coach for a minute, right? Because you could basically teach them all of those things. You could have them do every vital behavior and invite and share something from their story in an hour or less, you know? And if they can just be, and you're like, that's what coaching is, like doing that again and again and again and again and again, like Groundhog Day, like that's what coaching is. And then you teach other people how to do that. It really is that simple. And I think when you overcomplicate it or make it more complex than that, people can't see the vision of it. You know what I mean? And then when they get into the coaching opportunity and they're having to learn the business side of things and how to actually earn income doing it, how to run challenge groups and all this stuff and learn like the technical side of it. And all of a sudden, what you actually end up doing as a coach every single day to grow your business and invite people gets lost. So it's almost like you want them to understand, like once you're through this training, Do you remember that day you spent as a coach for that 1 hour? Like, that's the most important stuff. And if you just do that, now with the knowledge that you have on where to plug people in as they come along in your business, like, it's that simple, you know? So I just wanted to provide different ways for them to learn about the coaching opportunity. What do you guys think about the Tribe landing page? I'm going to ask Megan because I know she'll talk.
I like it. It'll be interesting to see how it works out. I guess the thing that I don't quite understand is if we get people in and then it opens up to the public, how do we get them back out?
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to keep it close. That's why I was like, I don't know. I haven't quite run through all the kinks with that, but I think we'll probably keep it a private page and you'll just have people request to be added to it. So then I can go in the Tribe and be like, this person just requested, whoever sent them there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it's a really good idea.
But I like the idea of having a collaborative page that our whole team can be involved in. So even though I'm setting it up, it's not really going to be my face on there. You know what I mean? But there will be different highlights and you guys can share your stories. Like, I probably will ask a lot of you to send me like a 1-minute clip of your story and I can upload those and we can just start creating content for that page. So I can create a highlight reel, coach stories. And if you guys share it in your Instagram story and then tag at Behind the Tribe, I can automatically add it into a highlight that is just permanently there all the time. It's so simple. It's probably the most simple way I've figured out how to collaborate with everyone and really be able to share our team as a whole instead of having to really be the front of it all the time. You know what I mean? And I think that that's tremendous because I think, you know, it's crazy, but like when you become a coach, you really are connected to your personally sponsored coach, but then you start paying attention to other coaches who are in the same field of work as you or in the same phase of life as you or that are struggling with the same things or have the same body type or whatever it is. And you just start making these different connections to different coaches. And it really doesn't matter who they connect with, as long as it's somebody on our team and they have access to them. It's just a benefit. It's a hugely added benefit. And if they can go to a page like Behind the Tribe and see your face and see your story and see you working out in the highlight and you're all over it that day because you know you have prospects in there, awesome, right? It gives you that platform without having to be so established or so far into this business, right? You can literally start today and look like you've been doing this forever. And that's the key. That's the ticket. Because then you don't have to sit there and think like, I'm not good enough. I haven't been doing this long enough. I'm not even Emerald yet. Like nobody even knows that and nobody even cares. Like you just display as a 15-star diamond coach and that's what people will think you are. And that's how you just project and keep going forward and moving forward. So I'm going to try and work out the kinks of that, get that set up and kind of show you what that looks like. But if you guys will go and just request to be added to it, that way, when I ask you guys for content, like, can you guys upload your story? You're going to have to post stuff in your Instagram, which is stuff you should be posting anyway. So it shouldn't be a big deal. But I can also say, specifically, like we need this specific content on our page. So if everybody can go on their Instagram stories today and talk about Shakeology, or if everybody can go on their Instagram stories today and talk about this or share this part of their story, then we can really keep it organized and make it really effective. And I've never seen anything quite like that exists. I don't know if you guys have seen anything like that. I haven't. But it's just kind of a cool, innovative way to do it. And you can use the page whenever, but you know, active the 4th week of every single month. So we're going to work on that this month. Do any of you guys have any other questions? Are you excited about this? Are you excited to learn how to enroll coaches? Where are all the dudes at? Greg, it's you and Casey. I'm telling you, it's on you to bring all the men. We need more dudes on our team. But this is a great way to show that there's dudes on our team. Like, we don't just coach women. There's also men who need to get healthy and fit, right? Okay, cool. Okay, I'll post this recording. If you guys have any other thoughts or ideas that pop up with any of this stuff, please post them, because none of this is really polished or in place. And I think the more people that take ownership over creating some of these little processes, the more connected you feel to them, you know? So I'm going to do the little coach for a day tracker. I'm going to post it, and I'm going to see if you guys want to add anything to it or take something away from it. Because I need everyone to be confident in the tools that we're using during this process, and to have ownership over them, to feel like they're yours, that you're giving to someone, or else it just won't work. So they will be gender neutral, Casey and Greg. There's not going to be like pink flowers on them. I really try to be as gender neutral as I can. And we'll just kind of start this process. So next week I'm going to post up maybe 3 different topics, and you guys can vote on which one you want to start with as far as coach enrollment goes. And we'll just kind of go from there. Sound good? It's going to be a good quarter, guys. I'm very excited. All right. I love you guys. I'll talk to you later.